Hello and welcome to Top Select 10. Are you ready for a cinematic adventure that combines the best of action and science fiction? Look no further. Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 best action sci-fi movies to watch in 2024 on Netflix and Amazon Prime Video. If you're a fan of futuristic worlds, epic battles, and mind-blowing special effects, this video is a must-watch. In this video, we bring you the ultimate list of action-packed sci-fi movies available on two of the biggest streaming platforms, Netflix and Amazon Prime Video. From intergalactic wars and dystopian futures to time-traveling adventures and advanced AI confrontations, these films are sure to take you on a thrilling journey beyond imagination. Join us as we explore the most exciting and visually stunning sci-fi movies that 2024 has to offer. Whether you're into high-octane action, intricate plots, or groundbreaking visuals, our selection has something for every sci-fi enthusiast. Expect a mix of blockbuster hits, critically acclaimed gems, and some hidden treasures you won't want to miss. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and get ready to dive into these incredible action sci-fi movies. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more top 10 lists and movie recommendations. Number 10. Tenet. In a twilight world of international espionage, an unnamed CIA operative, known as the protagonist, is recruited by a mysterious organization called Tenet to participate in a global assignment that unfolds beyond real time. The mission: prevent Andrei Sadar, a renegade Russian oligarch with precognitive abilities, from starting World War III. The protagonist will soon master the art of time inversion as a way of countering the threat that is to come. This is a relatively simple story, told in a complex manner with lots of special effects and aggressive soundtrack. Our future civilization has figured a way to interact with the past, and now, in our present, they intend to correct a problem we caused them, and if necessary destroy the world as we know it. So the present-day leaders have to prevent that. Number 9. Drive. A young man, who shall be referred to as the driver, has several jobs all related to vehicles, and all at which he is extremely good. Movie stunt driver, mechanic, and getaway driver for criminals. In the latter job, he drives, no more and no less, the no more including not carrying a gun. But he takes his job seriously in making a clean getaway while keeping his clients safe during their time in the car. The driver's mechanic boss, Shannon, who often gets him and oversees his stunt jobs, wants to expand their horizons by getting into the racing business. Shannon convinces a mob acquaintance, Bernie Rose, and Bernie's associate Nino to finance this venture after Bernie meets the driver. Concurrently, the driver starts to fall for one of his neighbors, Irene, and her young son, Benicio. Irene's husband, Standard Gabriel, is a petty criminal currently in prison. Solely to protect Irene and Benicio, the driver gets involved in Standard's criminal life once Standard is released from prison. That criminal life takes an unexpected turn which threatens not only the driver's relationship with Irene and Benicio and his possible new life as a race car driver, but his life, period, as Standard ends up unwittingly being connected back to Rose and Nino. Number 8. The Hateful Eight. Amidst a fierce snowstorm, Obai, the carriage driver, tries to hurry to a safe place for himself, his horses, and his passengers. John Ruth, a bounty hunter known for delivering wanted criminals alive for hanging, and his prisoner Daisy, sentenced to death in the town of Red Rock. Along the way, they encounter Marquis Warren with 3 frozen bodies stacked together. He aims to take them to Red Rock as well, to claim the reward as he is also a bounty hunter. After a brief negotiation with John Ruth, they all agree to share the journey, ensuring each party's interest. Another stray, Chris Mannix, affected by the storm, crosses their path. He reveals himself as the appointed sheriff also headed to Red Rock. After some back and forth, he's allowed to join the carriage, and they head towards the nearest safe haven before the storm worsens. This safe place turns out to be Minnie's haberdashery, known to Marquis Warren, but upon arrival, they discover other inhabitants filled with suspicion and distrust. Number 7. John Wick. With the untimely death of his beloved wife still bitter in his mouth, John Wick, the expert former assassin, receives one final gift from her, a precious keepsake, to help John find a new meaning in life now that she is gone. But when the arrogant Russian mob prince, Iosif Tarasov, and his men pay Wick a rather unwelcome visit to rob him of his prized 1969 Mustang and his wife's present, the legendary hitman will be forced to unearth his meticulously concealed identity. Blind with revenge, John will immediately unleash a carefully orchestrated maelstrom of destruction against the sophisticated kingpin, Viggo Tarasov, and his family, who are fully aware of his lethal capacity. Now, only blood can quench the boogeyman's thirst for retribution. Number 6. The Martian. During their mission in Mars, a team of astronauts is hit by an unpredicted storm and have to abort their mission and leave for Earth. During the evacuation, one of the crew members, Mark Watney, is hit by a projectile due to the storm and is thrown away. The crew is forced to leave him thinking he died due to rupture in his space suit. However, Mark survives and now has to find ingenious ways to make it till the next scheduled Mars mission 4 years later with the remaining meager supplies. Being a botanist, he manages to cultivate food and survives by scavenging parts of previous missions. NASA soon learns about him and attempts a daring and dangerous mission to bring him back. Will they succeed in bringing him back alive? Only time will tell. Number 5. Casino Royale. The British establishment has an ally, in the guise of newly appointed double-assassin agent James Bond. He's back with a vengeance. His introduction is a sparring partner of intelligence and brutality. His mission is to take the ultimate gamble and place his life on the line in the arenas of terrorism and the ivory towers of power, taking Bond around the world once more. But it is in Casino Royale where this battle of wit and cunning will take place, taking no prisoners and leaving nothing but death in his wake. This gripping, updated Ian Fleming story is dealt with the expectancy of urgency and drama that when the chips are down, this action-packed high-octane movie will deliver what England expects. Number 4. Guardians of the Galaxy. Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, has spent most of his life as an intergalactic outlaw. He soon finds a mysterious orb and he becomes determined to sell it in order to get rich. However, Ronan the Accuser, a genocidal warlord who is hell-bent on destroying Xandar, wants the orb Peter has found. Peter soon forms an alliance with Gamora, the adoptive daughter of Thanos, Rocket, a wise-cracking genetically enhanced raccoon, Groot, a plant-like organism, and Drax, a criminal who has lost his family to Ronan to sell the orb to the Collector. But they soon realize that the orb contains the Power Stone. Peter and his new team realize that Ronan will use the stone to wipe out Xandar. With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, Peter and his friends must put aside their differences with the Ravagers and the Nova Corps in order to prevent Ronan from fulfilling his murderous agenda. Number 3. Spider-Man: No Way Home. Spider-Man's identity has been outed by Mysterio in Far From Home. Peter, his aunt, and his 2 friends are treated like pariahs by half of the population. With the stakes held high for Peter, he goes to Doctor Strange to make everyone forget his identity with a mind-wiping spell. But it goes horribly wrong due to Peter tampering with a spell, and 5 villains from different universes accidentally end up in the main universe, including 2 Spider-Men who have fought their adversaries in the past. When Spider-Man's attempt to cure the villains fail, he decides to enlist help from his 2 counterparts to help him cure the villains so they can have a better fate. Peter will soon learn what it truly means to be Spider-Man, and he will ultimately make a life-altering decision that will change his life forever. Number 2. Top Gun: Maverick. After more than 30 years of service, military awards, medals and decorations for extraordinary heroism in combat, distinguished Navy Captain Pete Mitchell, call sign Maverick, finds himself exactly where he belongs, pushing the limits as a top test pilot. Having spent years avoiding promotions after the events of Top Gun 1986, Maverick must now confront the ugly past and an uncertain future while tasked with training the next generation of elite fighter pilots for a nearly impossible suicide mission. As the veteran naval aviator prepares the brilliant graduates for the top-secret assignment, stretching the rules to the breaking point, Mitchell has to face an equally critical challenge: navigate through an uncomfortable relationship with a hotshot lieutenant holding a grudge. Can Maverick and his Top Guns perform a miracle, give the enemy hell, and come back home in one piece? Number 1. The Departed. In this crime-action tour de force, the South Boston State Police Force is waging war on Irish-American organized crime. Young undercover cop Billy Costigan is assigned to infiltrate the mob syndicate run by gangland chief Frank Costello. While Billy quickly gains Costello's confidence, Colin Sullivan, a hardened young criminal who has infiltrated the state police as an informer for the syndicate, is rising to a position of power in the Special Investigation Unit. Each man becomes deeply consumed by their double lives, gathering information about the plans and counter-plans of the operations they have penetrated. But when it becomes clear to both the mob and the police that there is a mole in their midst, Billy and Colin are suddenly in danger of being caught and exposed to the enemy, and each must race to uncover the identity of the other man in time to save themselves. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like and share the video. Thank you.